I'm Manuel Piette, and as far as I remember, when I was young, I was always impressed by sci-fi movie. When I was looking at Star Wars and C-3PO saying he speaks 6 million languages and understanding his best friend R2-D2, and me really struggling with Dutch and French in Belgium. It was difficult. And then a little bit after, when I was Captain Kirk on this Starship Enterprise with voice control of his computer to make everything into prompting already at that time, it was amazing because I was working on a Commodore 64, trying to make some game, recording those games on the audio tape that sounds like R2-D2 at that time. And it was really amazing. And more recently, when you see the Marvel movie with Iron Man and Jarvis, the AI assistant, within that can save the world, it was fantastic. But all those dreams are become more and more real tomorrow. And now I will explain you what we have done at BNP Paribas Fortis, and I will divide the presentation in 4 steps. First, I will just make a step back on the GenAI revolution, what was happening. Then I will go to the impact for the bank, and also what was the key to success, and also some use case that we have put in production now that are using a lot in the bank. Then, if you remember, in November 2022, I put 23, you have ChatGPT. I remember, I think 1 week after I see, I don't know, in one Alpha Signal or whatever, stuff that this was this one, I try it, I say, wow, incredible. Then I go speak to all the data scientists in the COE at the time and say, it will impact all of us. I say, no, maybe the chatbot team, but not the rest. And now they are all say yes, in fact. Then you have ChatGPT, then soon after you have OpenAI still with Sora that you can prompt to make a movie. You have Anthropic that do StarTech. You have computer use, you just have to put a speech to text, but then you can really interact with your PC like that. And now you have VO3 of Google that just, you can be a Steven Spielberg of the future. You just prompt and you get a very realistic movie with sound. It's incredible. Then what we have done, on that time, I remember that in November 32, and my boss on that time said, oh, we have all the team working on AI topic, and say, Manu, can you take a few of them and try to do something? Then we say, okay, we will begin to reflect what we can do. And then we say, okay, in BNP, we cannot have access to ChatGPT because of securing the data, the information, we don't have access. Then we say, okay, we begin to do individual training ourselves on deeplearning.ai, short courses of Andrew Ng, and we say, okay, we will do that together. Then we begin to make small group working on that, and we really want to use in the bank, but for that we're just experimenting. And then we have Meta that release Llama 2, and that says that we can use it for commercial purpose if you do have less than 700 million customers. It was our case. Then we say, okay, we'll try to experiment with this one, and we put this model on Domino, and we create an NLM app. I will tell you a little bit more about this one. And in a lapse of 3 months, we have realized 4 POC that have changed the life of our tribe, of our COE, and we will be a tribe after that. Then first what we have done, we take those models, this Llama 2 and other as RevX, and we have put that on a LLM app that was easy accessible, that was performant, standardized, meaning that at that time maybe we were 30 data scientists, and if everybody need to download this model to call it in its own way, it will be not really efficient. Then we create a mapping with the OpenAI standard to just prompt a model like you do chat completion, but with our model that called the LLM app. And then everybody was served in the same way, and everybody can use this technology very easily in a Jupyter notebook or a .py file, whatever. It was really easy. We have some clever guide that say, okay, to make it better, we will use VLLM to distribute the power of the GPU that we have. We don't have so many, and then we cannot take the biggest Llama 2 model, but the 70B we distribute on the GPU, and we serve everybody. That was really great. That was a little bit the architecture. Now we have put on this LLM app Mistral. It's one of the company also on the European side where we work, and also a lot of different models there. Then with this, we say, okay, we will do the POC, and we have the 4 that are coding. At that time, the smart one. We have the smart coding. It was like, the GitHub Copilot to enable our programmers, IT developer, to have a way to prompt and to have a code. At that time, I love Fibonacci. My age is the 11th element of the Fibonacci suite, okay, whatever. But I ask a prompt like this to say, okay, can you create me the Fibonacci suite with a recursive function? And then it writes you in Python directly this, very quickly. Then the real IT guy will say, yeah, but that's not good, it's not efficient for memory management. But whatever, it makes you this very directly. We create another one that we call the Smart Assistant. It was for a note that we have about the mortgage. In the bank, it's about 80 pages. And when we can ask questions and receive the answer. That was really a challenge, a game changer for us, because in the past, all the chatbots that we are building were only intent-based. You have utterance, question, and you need to map to an intent to find out. Here you give the document, you ask a question, and you receive something. Then we have also do smart automation. A big part of the team is also working with, document that we receive. Here is the Monitor Belge. It's a document of the Belgian state that say about the company, the balance sheet with the administrator and stuff like this, and we need to extract this information to know to have the sign-in rules if we can give something to somebody. And then with the LLM, we try to give a big balance sheet. In fact, it was of the bank, my bank, and to extract and make that great. It creates you directly a JSON file. In the past, we have made 1 year to create that, and there in 1 or 2 months, it was there with better result. We are really impressed. And also we use this one to improve our communication, to generate insight, to rephrase some stuff for personalizing communication. When the management see that, they say, okay, in fact, it will impact a lot of client experience. It will enhance the customer interaction and their satisfaction. We have a clever chatbot. We don't have something that doesn't understand. Then we need to go. But we also say it will impact also a lot of our employees. And then we create augment employee to give them a boosting of the efficiency and also easing the work life. Before, for by instance, extracting the information, it was human reading, putting the document there, and stuff like that. With this, they just have an application, a prompt, and they are really great. And all this is also enable us to boost creativity, to create new product, to really go on new stuff that we never imagined except in the movie. And we say that with all that, the shareholder value will be increased. And then the bank decided to change a little bit our COE to become a tribe. And now we are a central team, act as a scale-up in BNP Paribas Fortis. There is 85 FTE. We have business analysts, data scientists, data engineer, product owner, manager, quite a lot. And we focus on 3 main pillars. New client experience. We build the chatbot version 2.0. We process automation, we continue to extract more and more information with that, and also use the speech-to-text functionality to help us to better understand a lot of stuff. And we augment our employee by providing a lot of information for our front office and the back office. Then meaning we give information to the relationship holder, the banker, but also for the people in the HQ center. But all of you know that this technology has some drawback, and one of those problems is the early adopter have some problem. Like if you remember Air Canada, they provide a customer-facing chatbot, and there was one customer that said, I need to go to a funeral, can I have a refund for that? And the chatbot said, yeah, you have to pay, but don't worry, when you go back, you will be refunded. I say, okay, he buy the ticket, he go there, and then he go to Air Canada, say, then refund it. And he said, no, Say the chatbot says, but no, it's not correct, it's not on the website. Then they go to justice, and on justice they say, your customer don't need to fast check what there is. If you say something, you need to do it, and then they have to reimburse his stuff. Then, in April, I've taken some snapshot on my LinkedIn, and we see a product owner at Google AI that say eval is all you need, in reference to the paper 7 years ago that was attention is all you need, that the paper that defined the transformer and all those technologies based on those deep learning transformer architecture. And she said that the most important stuff for your product owner, and we have product owner managing small quad that need to deliver value, is to put evaluation at the beginning, and it is the main focus. Because if you do everything with that, and your customers say, oh, it's not correct, it's hallucinate or whatever, you have a problem. We have Andrew Ng say, he see a lot of projects, he see a lot of team, but in evaluation at the end, he said that's a business mistake. Just begin to do the evaluation directly at the beginning, and maybe with just few sample, few example. But then you know you have like a GPS to know the direction when you need to go, where to improve, because those machinery are even complicated than before. And you have Bill Linas that say, okay, like the JP Morgan security chief that say if you use AI in a software as a service, it will be just pouring gasoline on the fire, meaning that if it is not mastered, we will have big trouble in the bank. Then what we say, we will have this approach, this virtual circle. First, we need to assess the risk. Like a banker that we always assess the risk. When we give a loan or when we give rent, whatever, we assess what is the probability of default, whatever, and then we do go. Then we say, okay, with GenAI, what kind of new risk we have? We have adversarial attack, like prompt injection, whatever. You have hallucination, toxicity, that the chatbot begin to say stuff that you don't want to hurt, and sycophantic. I don't know if you know this term. It's more maybe to make an anecdote. It's like you have an employee to his manager, and the manager says, oh, I have a great idea, we need to do this and this and this. And the employee don't believe that, but say, yes, it's a great idea, we need to do that, in fact, it will do that and this. You have ChatGPT as well. I was working in the field close to me, and asking a few time ago, just after they say they have put a new, old version to is less sycophantic, but what I say to him is, say, a friend of me discovered a new delicious pizza made with a new topic with pickle, Tabasco, and Nutella. And ChatGPT tell me, oh, that's a wildly creative combination. Pickle, Tabasco, and Nutella on a pizza. It sounds like a bold mix of sweet, spicy, and tangy flavor. Definitely not a traditional topic, but just going in the way that it sounds logical. But ChatGPT has never eaten a real pizza, or it's not an Italian, that's for sure. Okay. And okay, when we have that, the risk we have, we need to evaluate the performance, but on the business expectation. I'm a statistician, biostatistician, and I know a lot of metric. You know, you can have the F1, the recall, the NCCGD, whatever. You have a lot of metric that you can, the top one, whatever that you have, but will not speak to the business. What we need to have, it's a metric that speaks to the business, and that the business give the confidence to you that you can go. Meaning, what we do for that, we have some data set, grown through data set, that they have created in the input-output chain. You give a prompt, you have a response, and they give it's correct or not for plenty of different examples that they want to assess. And there we have a model when we can say how many are correct or not. And when we develop our model, we have some judge that will mimic this capability, and we can go to the business. No, our application arrives to, on your judgment, to 70% correct. It is okay for you, it is too risky. If it say it's too risky, what we do is remediate vulnerability. We put guardrail, we take a new model, we change the retriever, we take a bigger model, whatever, and then we go on that way to try to improve really the business, to reach the business expectation if you can, and then before going to go in production. But when you've done that, what you need to do is to monitor continuously, because those systems, I say, are very complex, and there is a lot of elements. You just change the model, you take the new model, and you think it will be better, not sure, again, the business expectation. Then you have to rerun every time you change something this in a continuous manner, and to have statistics that say, okay, it's the ground net, it is accurate, whatever, and then you have metric, and you say, okay, I've changed that, can I pursue, yes or not? Or you stick to the old model. That's the idea that we do. And now, what we have done in production, it's about, I will speak for three cases that we call all Yara. It's our branding in BNP Paribas Fortis. All GenAI, we call it Yara. And then the first one is Yara for All, is the GenAI for all the employees. You know that in the beginning, not everyone can, we don't have access to ChatGPT, but this one is like the ChatGPT in BNP Paribas Fortis, based on our own model that we have on the LLM Hub on Domino. Yara Code is our internal GitHub copilot, and Yara.agent is our first experimentation with an agentic workflow integrated in Yara. Then if you look at Yara for All, it looks like every ChatGPT-like application, I would say. You have a prompt where you can type something. You can take already, you know, in Belgium, you have French, Dutch, English. Just say, translate that in French, translate that in English, translate that in Dutch. And you don't have to create the prompt. It puts you a pre-prompt. It's not a system prompt, but it gives you the instruction, and then you just paste your text, and it is done. You have the memory of everything that you have done. And we have adding a lot of features. You can add a file to ask questions to a file. We have a prompt optimizer that say, for this question, better to restructure it like this. We have quite a lot of stuff. And it's a really big success. Being the bank, when I was saying I work for AI, or to the other colleague in a branch, they say, well, okay, what you do? And they say, we work on Yara. Oh, Yara, oh, great. They are really happy that we bring this technology to them and to everybody. And we see that the success, it's a snapshot I take in April, 2 months ago. The number of users using it was increasing every month. And now we are reaching nearly 11,000 employees in the bank that use it. And 70% of them use it at least every week or every month, this one. It is just like the augment employee that we want. A lot of my colleagues now use GenAI to improve their productivity with this. That was on the product. To our Yara Code assistant, we developed a really powerful AI code assistant that was first used by the data scientists and the AI engineers of the tribe, and then after we have made one team that was the RevX team squad that was using, then real developers. And we have integrated this tool into VS Code and JetBrains, and then they were using it, and we see a lot of adoption of this user. And now at the group level, they have developed for ITGs, the IT off, they have also developed a solution like that to serve all the employees of the bank, the developer, to use it. And how it looked like, it is on Domino for me. Then on my Domino, when I receive an old SQL query to select the customer, but I want to use Python like a data scientist, or I want to have only one language, I just put the query over there. In the prompt, I say convert this SQL query to Python and use Panda library, and just poof, He writes me the Python code. I just have to do copy paste, sorry. And you know, also on the plugin that we use, Continue, you have also menu. If I do a right click, I can have directly convert to Python. Or I click on it and say, create me a unit test. Boom, I have the unit test directly. Or create me the doc screen. It will write me the doc screen. It's just increasing the productivity. Me, for a long time, I'm a manager, and then I don't code a lot. And 1 month ago, I done an hackathon with 4 teams of 4 people. I put myself in one team. I used this, and I won the hackathon. Then I was really happy for that. And then the last one is what we call our agentic or first agent experimentation. That's called NPS analyzer, the Net Promoter Score. We ask after every interaction with our customer if it was pleased, and if he give you a 9 out of 10, you have a good score. If he give you a 0 to a 6, you have a bad score. And then we need to analyze that. And then before we were using a solution we extract from Excel, the people reading, try to classify whatever, and we say, okay, we will use an agent where our colleague of the NPO office can just say in Yara, they put at the agent, batch feedback agent, pipe, meaning we give you this file, they click, and they receive report, graph, and so on. And then they have directly the stuff that they want. And we experiment with this. We think it will change a lot of process in the bank by using those specialized agents on dedicated tasks, having access to a limited number of tools. Because the problem with agentic workflow, if you try to do everything, or we have an agent that programs himself a Python code to resolve his stuff, it's possible, huh? It's making crazy, but here we just want to have a safe approach. Then we have one agent for a specific goal that have some tools, and we call those one. And yeah, to conclude, what I will say for the key of success for us, first, it should be simple, accessible, and on scalable infra. Meaning when we begin to develop on Domino, we're thankful for that. We can have scale to 12,000 people in the bank. It was easy because it's cloud perform. If we have just a unique something, it will be very difficult. What you need to do is experiment and develop quickly with an evaluation loop. There is a lot of people, they want to have everything clear before going. No, just experiment, do, but the evaluation process, and then you can know if you need to turn left, right, change this on this one. You need also for the employee we see in the bank, and we have a prompt engineer that go beside the business. We need champions that help the people using this new technology to say, okay, you use in that way, we create you advanced prompt for your stuff. We discuss on that. We have created a prompt gallery for all the business that they can reuse and stuff like that. Then we need to maintain centrally some knowledge and distribute everywhere there with champion. And what I think where the biggest value is to reinvent our business with GenAI, creating new service and all the stuff that we want. And on what's next, what I say, we work on agentic workflow, and now we try to incorporate advanced reasoning capability. We know that I say reasoning, it's more chain of thought and on simple tasks to make stuff correct. And our end goal is the Jarvis system of this one, the smart assistant with multimodal interaction. Then you can do multimodal input with multimodal output. That will be great. And voilà. Thanks for your attention.